Math Blast 8, word problems. Sandra has 4 shelves with 6 books on each shelf. How many books does Sandra have? Write an equation and solve. Well, I see that there are 4 shelves with 6 books, so I'm going to think of this as 4 rows of 6. I know that my multiplication sentence for this can be 4 times 6. Because I need to write an equation, I need a relation symbol here. So I want to tell what 4 times 6 is equal to. And I'll put a question mark here until I figure out my answer. Now I can solve for the question mark. 4 times 6 is 4 groups of 6. I can model that by making 4 groups or 4 rows representing my shelves here. And I want to have 6 books on each shelf. We know this as an array. Using our array, we can count all of the books that Sandra has. We could also use our skip counting strategies. I have 6 books here, 6, 12, 18, 24. So 4 times 6 equals 24. I'm going to make a statement answering the question. Sandra has 24 books. Distributive property. Show an array for 4 times 4 equals 16 using the distributive property. This says 4 times 4, 4 groups of 4, or 4 rows of 4. Here's 1 row of 4, 2 rows of 4, 3 rows of 4, and 4 rows of 4. Now, using the distributive property says I can break my array. I'm going to break it right here so that I have 2 groups and another 2 groups. And I will distribute the other factor. So in this case, I have 2 groups of 4. And in this case, I also have 2 groups of 4. The 4 in each group did not change. It was distributed to both factors of 2 rows. So to show this using mathematical equations, we know that 4 times 4 is equal or the same as 2 groups of 4 added to another 2 groups of 4. And 2 groups of 4 is 8. And another 2 groups of 4 is 8. And so 8 plus 8 added together here is 16. So we can conclude that 4 times 4 also equals 16. Addition. Add 36 plus 63. I'm going to use the standard algorithm here and add my 1s. 6 plus 3 is 9. And then I'm going to add my 10s. 3 plus 6 is 9. So the sum, the answer to an addition problem, is 99 in this case. For the second problem here, I'm going to set it up in a vertical format, 184 plus 64. But keep in mind, the key here is to make sure that I add place value to place value. So I will not put my 6 under the 1 because this 6 is not 6 hundreds, it's 6 tens. And the 4 is 4 ones. So I have my 1s, my 10s, and my hundreds lined up. 4 plus 4 is 8. 8 plus 6 is 14. So I'll put the 4 tens here and carry my 1 over the hundreds column because I can't put 2 digits in one place value. 1 plus 1 is 2. 248 is the sum. I can model that on a place value chart too so that we can see what's happening here. I have my 1s, 10s, and hundreds. I'm going to model 184. 100, 8 tens, and 4 ones. And I want to add 64. 6 tens and 4 ones. Now when I put these together, I can see that 4 plus 4 is 8. Here I have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 place value chips here. I know when I bundle 10, I can make a new larger unit. So I'm going to bundle these 10 tens, which is equal to 100. Those are gone now. I'm left with 4 tens. And I have 2 hundreds. So 248 is the sum. Elapsed time. Write the time shown on each clock. On the first clock, I notice that my short hand, the hour hand, is not quite to the 4, so I cannot call it 4 yet. It's still 3. And then I look at my longer hand to determine the minutes. The top of the clock is o'clock. It starts the new hour. Each number on the clock represents 5 minutes. So we're going to start at 0 and count by 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. It is 3:45 a.m. here. On the end clock, again, we will look at the shorthand first to determine the hour. It is at 4 o'clock. 4 is my hour. When I look at the longhand to determine the minutes, notice it's at the top of the clock, so it's the start of the hour. 0 minutes. How much time has passed from start to end? So moving from 3:45 a.m. to 4 o'clock a.m., we can see that 15 minutes passes here. 5, 10, 15. 15 minutes. Bar graphs. How many more students' favorite snack is popcorn than trail mix? Well, when I look at my graph, I'll find popcorn, and I notice that it's between 4 and 6 votes. So I'm going to have 5 students who voted for popcorn. And when I look at trail mix, I see that it's right at the 4 for the number of votes. And so if I'm trying to figure out how many more students like popcorn than trail mix, I need to know the difference in 5 and 4. 5 minus 4 equals 1. 1 more student. Likes popcorn than trail mix.